What is up, guys and girls? This is Glenn here once again with another RopeRage video. Very quick video today. I thought I wanted to share something with you guys that you might find pretty cool. Quite recently we've had blizzards and snowstorms sweep the nation. London has been hit particularly badly, especially last week, with about 10 centimeters of snow. Now I know some of you across the pond in the States will hear that and think 10 centimeters of snow is nothing, quit being a baby. But for us over here, it's quite a bit. And what I wanted to talk about today is how you can work on improving your jump rope skills, your jump rope handling, without slipping around in the snow and the ice. As soon as the snow started falling, I thought, you know what, let me get out there, let me shoot a video. It's going to be super cool, it's going to be super dramatic, snow falling everywhere. And then I quickly found out that it was pretty slippery and it was hard to keep my foot in. But then I thought, hold on. One of the cool things about RopeRage is that we've got a very distinct tool in our toolbox, and that is the Nunchucks. The Nunchucks are a very sneaky little tool because they allow you to train on your handling without having to jump around, without having to slip around, without having to whack the ceilings if you're training indoors. The beautiful thing about the Nunchucks is you're able to work on your handling and the mind-muscle connection involved in wrist rotation. As many of you know, I started using Nunchucks before I started using jump ropes myself. And so a lot of the speed, a lot of the fast wrist rotation comes from the years of just rotating. I mean, high-speed jump rope skills it's just 1 second.
A few minutes later.
So all it is, rotating on jump rope, it's this movement. Quick wrist rotations, that would be if you were regularly skipping with some single unders. If you were to do some crossovers, the simulation would be more in and out. It's the wrist rotation. Pilots have flight simulators before they jump in a plane and start flying it around and risk the lives of passenger and crew, where they work under pretty much the same conditions as they would have when they were flying a plane. That's why I like to think of the Nunchucks as a simulator. And so, referencing the Redefining Rage training handbook, there is an entire section that looks at Nunchucks exercises you can do, and we're going to run through a few of them in this video. Alright, so the first drill that we have is at the level 1, shoulder level rotations. So as you can see here in this clip, I've got my arms extended right out in front of me. Working on these shoulder level rotations is a good way to get used to the rotation motion in the wrist, to get used to powering the rotation using the forearm with loose wrists to transmit the energy. This is crucial. If you can understand this point, those high speed jump rope skills that you want to attain will be unlocked immediately. Speed comes from forearm power and looseness of the wrist. The wrist is not tense and tight, the wrist is loose. It just acts as a channel for the forearm power energy. Take a moment to think about that and you've got it. So, working at shoulder level first. Nobody jumps rope with their arms out like this. I get it before you say it. The reason why we start with shoulder level first is to keep the Nunchucks at a distance. When you're first starting out, you're not ready to have it around the body and to potentially whack yourself with the Nunchucks in pretty painful areas of the body. And so we start outstretched. You're able to work with a supinated hand position, which is palm up, which is simulating regular jump rope. Or you're able to work with a pronated hand position, palm down, which would be when you have the arms crossed for a crossover. It's the same thing. The brain understands it as the same thing. Well, there's two really cool things about working at shoulder level. The first is that you're able to work forward rotating, backward rotating, outside supinated, inside pronated, and you can switch it up. One hand pronated, one hand supinated. And what this is doing is working your mind-muscle connection. As we all know, if you've been following this channel long enough, I harp on about it a lot. The right hemisphere of the brain controls the left side of the body, and the left hemisphere, the right side of the body. And then when you find that you bring the rope down to hip level, now we're really simulating jump rope rotations, rotating the rope with the hands at hip level. You can work on your supination, pronation, to practice those crossovers. The beautiful thing about the Nunchucks is it will reveal to you which hand is lagging. If one hand is not keeping up to speed, especially if you're jumping in front of a mirror, you can see it quite clearly. You can't see this with the rope because the rope hides it. The fact that the rope connects the right hand and the left hand means you're not able to see which one is letting you down. That is why the nunchucks are a great tool to use when you can't get outside and jump around, or if you're just indoors in your apartment or whatever and you want to get 10 minutes of training in. You're at your desk, you pick up your chucks and you just work on rotations. That microphone's probably picking that up really nicely. After you've worked on it, another thing I like to do at shoulder level is to sit into a squat almost and work on endurance, work on my breathing. Rotating the nunchucks at speed at shoulder level, after a while you will start to feel that burn in the shoulders, but as you do it more, your shoulders will get more robust and they'll be able to tolerate this sort of output. So that is that. Maybe something some of you have not yet done with your nunchucks. I'd highly recommend it, especially as we go into the winter season. I know a lot of us can't get outdoors to train, or maybe you just can't be bothered to get outdoors to train. I understand that. You just want to stay indoors where it's nice and cozy. That's not an excuse not to do some work. It doesn't have to be, not every training session needs to be a balls to the wall 100% training session. Sometimes it's just tuning the mind muscle connection. You can just take 10 minutes sometimes to just work on something small, but the consistency is the main thing. Right, that covers it for this video. Let me know what you thought. I'm going to start mixing in a lot more nunchucks videos with the jump rope videos to show you how these have really helped me to get to the level where I'm at and how they can help you as well. If there's anything in particular you'd like to look at, let me know down in the comments below as per usual. If you want to have a chat about how your training has been going on, it's always a pleasure for me to chat with you guys. Drop a comment down below. If you just want to say, hi Glenn, I missed you, that would warm my heart, especially in this time of Christmas cheer. I'd highly encourage that as well. Until next time, all the best with your training and stay raging.